Hey everyone, welcome back to Tech Unfolded, where we break down the gadgets that are shaping tomorrow. Imagine you're on the subway in Manhattan. The car is packed, people are reading, people are in their phones. You reach into your pocket, unfold a device, and suddenly, your screen grows from the size of a normal phone to a mini tablet. Heads turn. Someone beside you leans in. You don't open a laptop. You don't haul out a tablet. You simply unfold, and your world expands. That moment, that small, almost magical moment, is exactly what foldables have been promising for years. And in 2025, Samsung has put everything it's learned into one device, the Galaxy Z Fold 7. Today, we're not doing just a spec check or a shallow hands-on. We're going to tell the whole story, the history, the design choices, the engineering trade-offs, the real-world use cases, the market and competition, and most importantly, what the Fold 7 means for people in the United States, students, creators, commuters, and busy professionals. So get comfortable. This is a long one, and we're going to unfold every single part. Before we talk Fold 7, let's rewind a bit. Remember when foldables first arrived? The original Galaxy Fold. Exciting concept, big headlines, but it had problems. Hinges that creaked, displays that were delicate, reviewers with broken units. The whole world watched and learned. And Samsung didn't abandon the idea. Instead, they iterated. Fold 2 fixed durability. Fold 3 added water resistance. Fold 4 refined the crease and software. Fold 5 got thinner. Fold 6 got even closer to a mainstream device. Each generation was like a season of a long TV show. Some episodes rough, some brilliant, but it moved the plot forward. Why does all that matter? Because innovation rarely arrives fully baked. It's a patient process of failure, learning, redesign, and scaling. The Fold 7 is the moment where Samsung claims maturity for foldables, the device that says, "We've spent the last 4 years fixing everything that could break. Now the foldable is ready for your pocket and your life." In the States, people are already used to powerful phones and tight ecosystems. What Samsung needs to do is not only make a great device, it needs to make one that fits the complex, mobile lives Americans lead. Long commutes, college study sessions, remote work, and on-the-go content creation. Now let's hold it. Picture holding it. From the moment you unbox the Galaxy Z Fold 7, Apple-style presentation aside, the phone is whisper-thin compared to earlier folds. It doesn't feel like a small tablet bolted onto a phone. It feels like a single engineered object. Materials and weight. Samsung has refined the chassis. Reports and hands-on impressions point to a mix of stronger alloys, an ultralight titanium frame in the premium model, with high-grade aluminum for the standard version. The result? A phone that feels solid, but not heavy. The Fold 7 feels balanced. Your thumb sits on the outer screen naturally. When folded, it slips into a jacket pocket without making your jeans sag. The hinge. The hinge is the unsung hero of every foldable. With Fold 7, Samsung's engineered the hinge to be thinner, with a new dual-gear system that keeps the inner gap smaller and reduces that visible crease more than ever. The tactile sensation of unfolding is smooth. Not like a door, but like a book that wants to open and stay open where you leave it, whether it's at 90 degrees or fully flat. That makes a huge difference for things like video calls, tint mode photos, or just browsing. Aesthetic touches. The Fold 7 gives you color choices that are subtle but elegant. Phantom black, pearl white, forest green, and every finish feels premium. Samsung also improved button placement. The power button is slightly lower for better reach when holding the inner screen, and the speakers are angled for clearer audio when the device is half folded. The feeling in the hand. This is crucial. Foldables have to feel right. The Fold 7 manages to be both wow and normal. It gives you surprise when you unfold it, and comfort when you fold it back up. Imagine taking it out in a coffee shop in Seattle. Someone nearby asks what you've got. You unfold it, pop into a document, and keep working. That's not sci-fi. That's daily life. This is where Foldables live, the displays. Outer display improvements. One of the biggest criticisms of earlier Fold generations was that the cover display felt like an afterthought. That changes with the Fold 7. The outer screen is now wider, taller, and built to be a true primary screen for most tasks. You can read long articles, type emails, and watch videos without immediately needing to unfold. Think of it as a full-featured phone screen that's properly usable, not a compromise. Inner display, the tablet experience in your pocket. Inside, you get a 7.6-inch dynamic AMOLED panel that's bright, color-accurate, and unbelievably smooth. Samsung pushed peak brightness, so the screen stays usable outdoors, a huge plus for anyone in Los Angeles or Phoenix where glare is real. The inner panel supports adaptive refresh up to 120 Hz, and crucially, adaptive down to save battery, depending on what you're doing. Pixel density and HDR. Early hands-on reviews note that Samsung has improved pixel density and local dimming for HDR content. Streaming a high bitrate movie on Fold 7 looks closer to a tablet or small laptop experience. Deeper blacks, good contrast, and crisp text. That's a win for binge watchers and editors. Crease improvements. The feel and the look. The visible crease has been dramatically reduced. It's still there if you look very closely, but in normal use, video playback, reading, or drawing, you barely notice it. Samsung's refined the polymer layer and the hinge geometry to spread stress more evenly. Practically, that means fewer marks and a smoother touch experience. Flex mode and practical angles. With a more robust hinge, flex mode gets better. Want to watch a cooking video while following steps in the kitchen? Set the Fold 7 on the counter halfway open. The screen stays stable. Want to take a hands-free video? Flex mode acts like a tiny tripod. Use cases that matter in the USA. Students in lecture halls, editing photos at coffee shops, professionals doing three-window multitasking on a flight. That huge screen matters. It's not just bigger for the sake of it. It unlocks workflows you used to need a tablet or a small laptop for. And yes, for those who ask, it fits half your wallet space. For real. Now let's get under the hood. Chipset and raw power. In the US, the Fold 7 ships with the latest Snapdragon 8 Gen 4 architecture. That means greater single-core performance for snappy apps and better GPU performance for games and creative software. Paired with 12 to 16 gigabytes of RAM and UFS 4.1 storage options, it's not just fast on paper, it's fast in real life. Thermal design. Foldables historically struggled with heat. You fold, surfaces are thinner, and heat builds up. Samsung tackled this by rethinking internal layout and thermal spread. The Fold 7 includes a larger vapor chamber and copper heat spreaders combined with a more efficient NPU, neural processing unit. Practically, the device stays cooler during gaming and intensive editing tasks. That's not only comfort, it's sustained performance. You can render a 4K video on the go and not watch the phone throttle after a minute. AI integration. We are in the middle of the AI wave, and Samsung built Galaxy AI features into the Fold 7 experience. On-device AI handles tasks like background noise reduction in calls, live captioning, transcription, and camera enhancements in real time. The NPU accelerates on-device ML models so features feel instant and private. Data doesn't need to always leave your phone. Real-world tests. What does that mean for you? In practice, on a typical workday, the Fold 7 can auto-prioritize apps you use during your commute, pre-warm the apps you'll need at work, and pre-fetch content. It's like the phone learns your rhythm and helps you stay ahead, not behind. Gaming performance. If you're a mobile gamer in Texas or Ohio, you'll notice higher stable frame rates in demanding titles. Combined with the bigger inner screen, foldables are becoming proper portable gaming machines. Photography has always been a defining battleground for flagship phones. For foldables, the camera is also an opportunity to reimagine how you capture moments. Sensor lineup and flexibility. Early leaks suggest Samsung upgraded their sensors on Fold 7. Larger main sensor, better ultra-wide optics, and a more capable telephoto for lossless zoom at common distances. Instead of guessing technical numbers, what matters is the result. Sharper images, less noise and low light, and more consistent colors. That consistency is what creators in the US love. Flex mode photography. This is uniquely foldable. Fold the phone halfway, place it on a surface, and your phone becomes a compact tripod. Filmmakers on the go, wedding guests capturing speeches, or parents filming their child's recital. This small feature changes the way you shoot. Selfie and inner display camera. Samsung has pushed the inner camera tech to be less intrusive. The under-display camera continues to improve. Now it's less visible in daily use, and still good enough for video calls and vlogging. For creators, the big win is that you can use the main rear cameras while using the inner screen as a preview. It's a powerful combo. Video features. Fold 7 shines with Pro Video modes. Real-time HDR capture, better stabilization for handheld, and capture presets for vlogging. Imagine editing a short sequence in Adobe Mobile right on the big screen, trimming clips, adding an automatic soundtrack, and uploading on the way home. Story vignette. Picture a content creator in Nashville. He folds his phone into tent mode on a table, hits record for a live acoustic set, switches camera angles with a tap, then edits the best clip during the break. No bulky gear, no laptop. That's the story Samsung is selling. Professional creativity in your pocket. Hardware without software is just pretty metal and glass. Samsung's posture with Fold 7 is that software makes the hardware useful. One UI 7.0 and multitasking. One UI 7 introduces improved multi-window gestures, app continuity, and better drag and drop between windows. You can have a Google Doc, Slack, and a small video call all visible and interactive on one screen. Samsung built clever keyboard and pointer behavior so you don't feel cramped. App continuity. Start an email on the outer screen, open the inner screen, and your email blooms into a full editor. That continuity makes the device feel like a single workspace rather than two separate surfaces. Galaxy AI, smart features. Samsung's Galaxy AI now offers live translation across video calls, instant meeting summaries, and camera-based scene suggestions. Need a quick meeting summary to send to your team in New York while you're in LA? Fold 7 transcribes, summarizes, and gives you bullet points ready to paste. Productivity workflows. This matters in the USA where remote work and hybrid offices are common. Imagine a lawyer in Chicago marking depositions while watching a recorded testimony on the side, or a grad student in Boston referencing PDFs while writing a paper. No laptop needed. Developer support. Samsung also worked with app developers to optimize popular apps for foldable UIs. So your favorite apps, whether productivity, creative, or social, behave predictably and take advantage of the extra screen real estate. Story vignette. Picture an entrepreneur in Silicon Valley. She's on a quick flight, opens the Fold 7, runs a 3-app workflow, slides on one side, spreadsheet on the other, and notes below, and finalizes a pitch. That's the power of the foldable OS experience. Let's talk power, battery size, and tech. Samsung has put larger, more efficient batteries into its latest foldables while maintaining thinness. They do this through clever stacking, flexible battery cells, and overall system optimizations. Adaptive power management. The Fold 7's AI learns when you're likely to use big screen apps and allocates power accordingly. So on days with a lot of video calls and editing, it intelligently manages background tasks to preserve life. Charging speeds and convenience. In the US market, faster charging matters. Samsung supports high-watt wired charging, meaning you can top up quickly between meetings. Wireless charging is also improved. Reverse wireless charging remains a handy feature to power your Galaxy Buds or a friend's phone. Real-life runtime. For most heavy users, creators, gamers, travelers, the Fold 7 should last a full workday with moderate heavy use. For power users who edit and stream all day, you'll want a charger on hand. But the better thermal design also helps battery efficiency, less throttling, less wasted energy. Durability used to be the weak link. Fold 7 addresses that directly. Hinge lifespan. Samsung has increased hinge durability. The company tests for hundreds of thousands of folds. Practically, that aims to give you years of reliable folding without failure. Water resistance. Earlier folds were vulnerable to water. Now, improved seals and an IP rating mean accidental splashes, coffee at a cafe, rain walking to class, are less of a worry. Screen protection. The inner panel uses tougher protective layers and refined coatings to resist scratches. It's still a flexible panel, so treat it with some care, but everyday knocks are no longer catastrophic. Repairability. Foldables are more complex to service, but Samsung has expanded authorized service options in the US. Carriers and Samsung stores offer quicker repairs and trade-in programs. That reassurance matters for buyers spending $1,800 to $2,000. User snippet. Imagine you're a commuter in Chicago. You stuff the phone in your coat pocket. It gets rained on. You unfold it on the L, and it still works. Those small, reliable moments are what shift a device from gamer's toy to daily tool. Accessories make the experience whole. S Pen support. Fold 7 continues deep S Pen integration. Stylus support for note-taking on the inner screen works like a tiny tablet. For students and designers, that scribble-to-text and sketch capability is a major productivity win. Cases and protection. Samsung released new folio-style cases that enhance grip and provide real protection while keeping the profile slim. Some third-party makers are producing tricked-out stands and modular docks. Imagine a small foldable hub that turns your phone into a desktop screen when docked. Wearable synergy, Galaxy Watch, Buds, and Galaxy Book integration create a smooth ecosystem. In the US, Samsung's partnerships with carriers and retailers keep these accessories widely available and often on discount in bundles. Story vignette. A teacher in Austin uses the S Pen on Fold 7 to grade essays during a coffee break, then transfers notes to a Galaxy Book for classroom delivery. It's small efficiencies like that which add up. Now, the market. Apple's rumored foldable. Rumors swirl that Apple plans to enter foldables. If Apple does launch a foldable in 2026, that will change dynamics, but it will not happen overnight. Apple will likely target mainstream polish and a premium price. Google and the Pixel Fold. Google's Pixel Fold and its successors are strong contenders, especially for those who want pure Android experience without Samsung's extras. But Samsung's hardware leadership and carrier relationships keep it at the forefront in the USA. Chinese manufacturers, Oppo, Xiaomi, and Vivo push innovations and often undercut pricing, but their US presence is smaller due to regulatory and carrier ecosystems. Why Samsung leads in the USA? It's not just devices. Samsung built relationships with carriers, invested in supply chains, and has a global developer community optimizing apps for foldables. In retail, Samsung's demo units in Best Buy and carrier stores give hands-on experiences that build customer trust. Business impact. Foldables could change laptops and tablets in enterprise settings. A salesperson who carries one device that becomes a tablet for presentations and a phone for calls. That's cost and convenience rolled into one. A broader picture. Foldables are not just new phones. They're a new product category. If they succeed, we'll see rethought software, new accessories, and a shift in how we use personal computing. Money time. It's the question on everyone's mind. Is the Fold 7 worth the price? Expected pricing. In the USA, the Fold 7 is expected in the neighborhood of $1,799 to $1,999 for the base model, with larger storage tiers costing more. Yes, that's premium, but consider what you're replacing: a phone plus a tablet in one. Trade-in programs. Carriers. Verizon, AT&T, T-Mobile, and Samsung itself often run aggressive trade-in programs. Trade in an older Galaxy or even an iPhone, and you can knock several $100s off. That makes ownership much more achievable. Carrier financing, monthly installments spread the cost, and bundle promos. Watch plus buds plus phone. Sweeten the deal. For many U.S. buyers, the OOP cost is smaller with trade-ins and finance. Who should buy? Here's a quick guide. Creators and mobile editors who need a big screen but don't want the laptop bulk. Strong yes. Professionals who do multitasking, documents, and calls while on the go. Likely a yes. Casual users who mostly scroll social media and take occasional photos. You might be better off waiting or choosing more affordable flagships. Buy versus wait. If you want the top Samsung experience now, buy. If you want the best price/performance, wait a generation or two. Apple's entry could also affect prices. Let's look ahead. Rollables and trifolds. Samsung is researching displays that extend horizontally like a rollable, or even trifold devices that open into a larger canvas. Imagine an even thinner device that expands into a tablet by unrolling. Convergence with AR, foldables might integrate with AR wearables. Your phone unfolds into a big screen while AR glasses overlay contextual info. That's a seamless future where devices complement each other. Software evolution. Apps will continue to evolve for foldables. Developers will find novel ways to use the extra screen, split editors, multi-app gatekeeping, and new creative tools. Societal shift. Small devices can change how we work, learn, and entertain ourselves. Foldables might be the tipping point that makes truly mobile computing commonplace. So, after all of that, what's the verdict? The Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 7 is not a niche luxury anymore. It's Samsung's most confident statement yet. Foldables are ready for mainstream use. For creators, commuters, productivity users, and professionals in the USA, Fold 7 offers a real alternative to carrying both a phone and a tablet. Is it perfect? No devices. You'll pay a premium. You'll need to care for it. But the trade-off is a device that changes the routine of daily life. It's a tool that fits more use cases than any single smartphone before it. Now I want to hear from you. Would you buy one? Do you think Apple's foldable will be better? Drop your thoughts below, and if you found this deep dive useful, hit like and subscribe to Tech Unfolded. We're just getting started unfolding the future. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.